Hello, this is Lad the Redeemed, bringing you another Infinite Magicraid video. Today we're going to talk about the free-to-play account that we've been using as a tutorial set for a number of videos. If you'll recall, we started off with a main set of summons that brought us 5 heroes that we used to create a team. Our goal was to use that team to get as far as we could without having to use any resources beyond bare minimum for quests to keep progression. We've managed to complete everything on the first level of the campaign, and we're moving on to complete so we can get to hard. And we're stuck. The one thing we haven't been able to do is we have not been able to complete the Space Temple final battle. This is a boss battle that has plagued us for a while. But we've made one more set of changes. Based on the last video that we did, we've replaced most of the gear on our attack champions with leech gear to see if we can't improve their survivability a little bit. Alright, let's start the battle. Now we're going to go in manual mode here because we want to make sure that we get every possible advantage in the fight. Auto mode is good, but when you're stuck somewhere, sometimes you just need to drop back to manual. And it's not like we're going to be revisiting this Space Temple anytime soon. Alright, so we start off. Alright, we're going to try to take out the guards on the left and the right so that once they're gone, we stop taking so much damage and so many negative effects, and we can focus on the boss. Alright, we're going to start by healing up a little bit, and then we're going to increase our attacks. I'll just let the fight play out a little bit. I don't know that I need to narrate every single step of this. We are going to use shield here, as we are getting a little bit low on hit points, and we'll forego the damage from Christian on this round. Alright, and you can see we've got our counterattack running with Holder, so he's able to attack back on every strike. Charged energy arrow is going to be one of our big guns in this fight, as it's got the ability to really drop health quickly, both on the guards and on the boss. So we've almost got the left guard down. Let's see if we can finish them off. And an AE here we're going to use, with a chance to hypnotize. Now if we could take one of the guards out of the fight, even better. Unfortunately not. Weren't able to get any stick there, but there goes the left guard. Let's take a look at the right guard, and we're just going to single attack or use AEs when possible. We'll take the Enchanted Blessing to increase DPS from our team as we focus on the right-hand boss. Alright, there goes the right-hand boss. Now it should be a relatively simple matter of finishing off the main boss. Now, I'm not for sure that we're going to be able to do this. Like I said, the only change we made from the last couple of times we attempted this was changing out our gear and bringing in some life steal through the leech set. Prior to that, we've been using a combination of speed or attack pieces for our main damage dealers. You can see Holder is getting quite low in health, but we do have the shield to protect him, and I'm hoping that with the leech gear and his counterattack, if he's able to get in there and leech back his own health, actually doing a little bit better than I expected with just the change in equipment. It does show you the power of itemization and what you put on your team. Charged energy arrow there, knocked down a big chunk of hit points. Boulder is managing to stay alive. Whether or not he'll be able to stay alive for the whole fight remains to be seen. Christian did a good job, got another shield up. That's a key part of our strategy. If you'll remember, of the 5 heroes that were available to us, we only had one healer, and that was Eden. So we used Christian as sort of a semi-healer, and look at that, knocked it down. So we got victory. So that is the last piece that we need in order to complete the common mode in campaign. Let's go take a look and see what rewards we have. Ooh, a 5-star egg, as well as a legendary scroll, and 5 runes. I'm not going to complain about that. And if we go back, we're going to see a little bit of narrative. I don't think it's the game's strong suit, so I usually go through this as quickly as possible. But if you're a narrative junkie and a lore junkie, you know, there's bits and pieces of it interspersed throughout the game that you might find interesting. So with Snowy Adventure done in the Space Temple, we should be able to go back and see that we have completed the chapter. And indeed we have. We pick up some more runes as well as some experience potions. And that should unlock hard mode for us. We're going to go see how much we have to do. So we've already completed most of the challenges, I'm going to guess, in Chapter 12 questline. Let's see what's going to be left after we click through all of these quests. And as I suspected, just 2 things left. We need to clear hard mode under 1.5 and hard mode under Chapter 1 Stage 10. We'll see if we can do that. Again, we're not going to make any additional changes to our heroes. Really want to be strict about when we use the resources that we have available to us as a free-to-play player. You could argue that we should be leveling up some alternative characters, and that's probably not a bad way to go, but we have been stockpiling a lot of experience potions, so I don't know that it is, strictly speaking, 100% necessary. We're going to start off in Chapter 2. Again, no changes to the heroes. We're going to run it in auto mode to the extent possible. I think Chapter 1 went by fairly easily. We 3-starred almost everything. I don't expect that to be the case in Chapter 2, though it would be a welcome surprise. I do expect us to get through at least the mini-boss in the middle. I'm not sure on the final boss, whether we'll have to manual that one, or indeed whether we'll be able to make it through it all. So let's take a look and find out. So I can already tell that the turn meter is starting to take a little bit longer as we're having to whittle down these enemies, and our DPS is starting to lack. We did make it by the mini-boss without a whole lot of problems, though, so that's good. But I am concerned about the final boss. So as we go through these waves, taking a look at 2.8, you see that turn meter is really ramping up. Let's see what 2.9 looks like. So we're still in wave 2 with over 70 moves. Yeah, this is... I think this is probably about as far as we're going to get, but let's take a look at the final boss. Well, having done the final boss, I can tell you we ran it 3 times. We ran it all manual, and we were all auto, and then I tried a couple of times manually, and could just never get it done, so I'll spare you the agony and realize that we have gone as far as we can go with this character. I don't think there are any more gear set alternatives that we have available to us. So we need to start talking about what are we going to do next. And what we're going to do next is look at ascending or otherwise leveling up heroes. Now, we're already at the max level at the current star levels for each of our characters. We've got 1 5-star at 100, level 100, and we've got 4 4-star epics, each at level 80. The only way to go up in levels and increase our power at this point is to increase our star levels for the epics or ascend our Ariel, our legend hero. So let's go back and take a look and see what our options are here. Now, one of the defining features of these gacha games, of which Infinite Magicraid is one, is that you normally like to have one character assigned as what's known as a carry hero. The carry hero usually runs a little bit ahead of the others in terms of power and carries your team through the more challenging content. Now, the other approach, of course, is to try to level everybody evenly, which is also a valid choice, though many have found in these type of games, having one that just outlevels the content by a little bit allows you to be a little bit more judicious with your resources instead of trying to balance everything out. So with the team as it is right now, you'll notice we already have a carry hero. That's Ariel. Ariel is level 100. She's also a legend hero and 5 stars. She's a little bit ahead of the other members of our team, Eden, Christian, Holder, and Leah. So the question now at this point is, what do we want to do? Do we want to increase the level of some of the heroes behind us? And looking at how we've done so far, I think Holder carries a lot of water for us. This counterattack allows him to continue dealing damage even when it's not his turn, and really allows him to take advantage of the leech gear. So he has a lot of self-healing capability. I think the first thing we want to do is let's take a look at Awaken for Ariel. If I click over here, you see we have these 2 pluses here. This means I need 2 level 5s to turn Ariel into an ascension of level 1. Alright, so that's one option we can do, and we have, let's double check here, so we have 4. So we have an egg with 5 stars, and we have 3 blue heroes, 3 of the epic heroes, or are they? That's not what they're called, are they? Not epics, they are elites, sorry. So we have 3 elite heroes all ready to go that we can use to awaken her up to the next level. The other alternative is we could say, alright, what would it take to get Holder up to 5 stars, which would dramatically increase his power and allow us to level him to level 100. So to look at that, we'll go over to the craft. Let's pull up Holder, and it's going to say, alright, we need 5 4 stars to take Holder up. And you can see we actually have quite a few eggs. We have 7 4-star eggs, and we have 1 green hero already available at that. So this is an option as well. See, if we click for auto, it will automatically put in all of the green eggs, or all of the 4-star eggs. So that is an option. We could do both. We might think about doing that. Good thing, let's take a look at our wishes and see. So remember, when we're crafting heroes, wishes are one of the main areas that we are able to get new heroes, which feed into other heroes, which allow us to raise things up. You see, we actually got quite a good stockpile. We've got 400 refined heroes, which will do 8 tentpoles, so that'll give us 80 new heroes to drive more ascension and more leveling of our existing team. We have 124 excellent wishes, excellent runes, which would allow us to get at least 1 more legend hero. We have 5 supreme runes, which may not get us a legend, but would give us a good shot at it. We also have these 10 miracle wishes. Now, there's a miracle event going on right now where you can get some prizes for what you pull. That's not where I want to look at the event. We have 10. We have enough for 1 10 pull, but let's just take a quick look at the wish event to see whether it might be worthwhile. I'm going to say the rewards in the area that we're likely to get, they're not fantastic. I almost think we're better off holding on to our wish goals until we, our wish runes, until we have enough to start competing for some of these better rewards. These are significant forging elements. These are allow our legend heroes to rank up their skills. So I'm going to definitely hold on to the wishes, but I'm going to leave it open to maybe I want to use some of the refined wishes, but I don't know. Let's see. I think we've got enough to go ahead for the next round, and then we can save all of these runes for the next time that there's a summons event, and then we can not only get the heroes that we need to progress further, but we'll also potentially get some additional rewards. But I think right now we have what we need to progress. So among all the options, I think what I want to do is I want to increase Ariel. I want to awaken Ariel. And so to do that, it doesn't really matter what we pick. These are all heroes that we can sacrifice or eggs that we can sacrifice. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you'll see when I do that, it allows Ariel to have another 10 levels and will increase her stats correspondingly as we level up. And now she'll be a 1-star awakened hero. So we're definitely going to do that. And that opens something called the Dwarven Ruins. What are the Dwarven Ruins? So they are a dungeon, set of dungeons, I should say. Which allows us to accumulate drops that our party can use. So in this particular case, it opened up Negia. Negia drops a set of equipment that only awakened heroes can use. And so Negia drops the ones that awakened 1 heroes and above can use, which gets some additional stats and bonuses. We'll just run through this basic one. The level 1 Negia should be really quick. Let's take a look. Just going to let this run in auto so we can see that we're just sort of blasting down the first round. And we'll go through wave 2. And at the end of each event, there is a boss. The boss is always Negia in the Negia event, which makes sense. Now, you want to keep an eye on the Dwarven Ruins because from time to time, there are events. You kill enough Negias, get good drops, and you accumulate points that will drop additional loot for you. If you are competitive on your server, then you may get an additional set of drops based on that. So I'm just going to let this run in auto mode. It'll be pretty quick, and then we'll come back when it's finished. And I think I spoke too soon. With just the Ascension, but no additional levels, we were not able to increase our power enough to take out Negia on stage 1. So that'll be something we'll test later once we have increased the levels, as well as I think what I want to do here is I'm not comfortable that just awakening to level 1 is going to be enough. So I think we need to take a look at Ariel and say, alright, what would it take to awaken one more level and open her up to level 120? So we're going to need 3 of the 5 stars. You see we only have 2. So this becomes an interesting question of, can I craft another 5-star? Let's go over to the crafting. And so to craft a 5-star, we don't want to use any of our epics yet. Though, you could look at something here and say, well, we've got duplicates of this, so we could craft it up. But I don't want to do that quite yet. Whoops. But what about if we crafted... So this one. This is fodder through and through. What do we have available to craft this? Well, we have all of these 4-star eggs, and we have enough to turn that into a 5-star. So do we want to do that? Well, if we do that, then we lose the ability to increase the levels on Holder, which would be the other option. So if we take a look at Holder, if we want him to go up a level, well, we need these same eggs. So we have kind of a choice right now of, do we want a 2-star Ariel and a level 80 Holder, or do we want a 2-star Ariel, or a 1-star Ariel and a 5-star Holder? Well, I don't think Ariel can support the entire team on her own. I think it is a good idea to have a second hero that's also able to do some DPS. I think we'll do this. We'll make Holder into a 5-star using the resources that we already have on hand. Alright, so now Holder is able to go up to level 100, and then I think the next choice we're going to have is, are we going to want to ascend Ariel up again, or are we going to want to take one of our support teams, maybe our Eden, up to level 100? And we can take a look. Do we even have enough right now to take Eden up to the next level? And you can see, no, we don't. Because to do so, it would take 2 of our epic heroes, and I'm not willing yet to use our epic heroes as fodder. We just don't have enough, and we don't have a good sense yet of what we're going to use these epic heroes for. So, we'll go back to the hero screen, and what do we have? So now we have Ariel, who's available at level 100, and we have Ariel could go to level 110, and Holder is able to go to level 100. And if we take a look at the equipment, what I was talking about with the Negia, as you can see, this slot has now opened up. This slot only opens up for awakened heroes, and it's called artifacts. We don't have any artifacts right now, but we should make a goal to get some, because even basic artifacts will increase power a little bit for Ariel. So, and we have a couple of choices of how we want to level Ariel. So one is we could just level her up fast and easy. It takes 200,000 experience to level her 1 level, and we have a ton of these experience potions. The other option that we have is to experience sort of the old-fashioned way, which is to go over to the world map and take it up that way. It's tricky because we need to level two individual heroes up. So I think what I want to do is I want to see if I can run campaigns maybe in... maybe let's drop back to common, and let's see if 2 characters are strong enough to run in the Demon Abyss, and we'll call it level, let's start with level 12-5 in the Demon Abyss. It'll have good experience and have a chance of dropping any of the available leech gear, and we don't have a lot of leech gear available, so it might be nice to get a little bit additional. But let's see if this works on the first go round, and I'll just run it in auto mode, and we'll take a look and see if they're able to clear and how much experience they. Alright, looks so far so good on Wave 1. Both heroes are going into Wave 2 either at full health or very close to it, as the leech gear is able to supplement their health and the fact that they don't have a healer with them. Same thing again, Ariel is in on full power, however Holder is a little bit low. This layer, if I remember, can be a little bit tricky because that, if I recall, the red X over the hero's name means that they're unable to use anything other than their default power. I don't know that we're going to be able to clear this layer. Just taking a look at it, the boss is still at 100%, and both guards are still alive. I think we're just going to slowly whittle out of health. So this is probably not the best way to level up. Though I think we can find maybe a little bit of an easier level that they can solo, and if they solo it, they'll get quite a bit of, or not solo, but duo. If they duo it, they'll get quite a bit of experience, and, well, I take that back. Ariel is at full health, and she's knocking the boss out, so let's see where we end up. So how much experience do we get per hero for that? Alright, 26,180. So, and we got a pair of 1-star boots. Nobody's going to get too excited about that. But what I can do is I have a bunch of these multi-battle settings available that I can just let it run. So let's just double check. Let's run 5. We'll go ahead and confirm that. And when we do that, that allows it to sort of run in the background, and we can do some other things while this runs through. We can work on our friends list. That's some free runes and some free energy there. We can clear out our dispatch and get some free rewards for the dispatches then. It's important to always do your dispatches because you get the free rewards, but you also increase the level, which yields even better rewards. Level 7 can be tricky. I don't have the right set of heroes available for this, but I'm hoping when one or both of these clear that it will free up what I need to get the rest done. We won't worry too much about that. We go over to challenge. So this is going to be the 7-day beginner challenge. So we'll take a look and see. We need to clear stage 210. That's what we're working on. I feel confident we're going to be able to do that soon. For the next day, we're going to need a second level 100 here. That's going to be Holder, so we'll clear that. Hoping we can get to stage 410. 4 pieces of equipment to level 16. That's just a matter of spending the coin. I'm hoping that some of these pieces that we get down here will be sufficient to allow us to make good use of money. I hate to spend 16 levels worth of coin on equipment that's not 5 or 6 star. Alright, but we did clear one additional item here, which is to awaken our first hero. Emblems, we'll take a look at those in a little bit. We have to get all the way through 610. And then we'll need to forge, we'll need to get to 810, and we'll need to get one of the artifacts. Now, artifacts come from boss mobs like Negia in the Dwarven Ruins. So, how do we do? Alright, so we got an epic pair of 4-star boots. Not bad. HP rate, attack, and crit rate. This is not the greatest set of stats. Crit rate can be good for offense. Something like HP rate could be good for someone like Christian or healers. Though I find that healers are not necessarily the best choice for Leech Gear because they don't do as much damage. So typically for healers, I put something that increases their HP or their healing rate. So this might be a good one for someone like Christian. You know, he's got a shield which is based on his HP, and he does a fair amount of damage based on his attack and crit rate. So not a terrible set, not as good as it could have been. Go back over here. We'll see 2 of the attempts out of the 5 that we requested are already done. Take a quick look and see. So we're not winning it universally. So I think what that is going to tell me is this is probably not the right option for level. We'll probably have to do a little bit lower level and get some experience until these 2 start leveling up and increasing their power. Whoops. So we need to get a couple more arenas done today in order to finish off our daily quest. Should always do the daily quest. Get some points there. Gets a couple more runes. And then let's take a look at what our points are for hero training, of course. We have been doing a fair bit of work to increase our hero levels, and we'll continue to get points for both Holder and Ariel, so we're going to go ahead and take that. This is some of those multi-strike and 20 gems. Not going to turn it down. So I think we've gone about as far as we're going to go on this. I'm going to let these multi-battles finish up, and then we're going to take a look and see what we got. And I think, like I said, while it would be ideal to be able to do one of the bosses on level 12, because the bosses can drop any loot, and I would like to get an additional set of leech gear to outfit some of the other folks that we may raise up. It's not worth taking any losses to do so. And you can see we've only won 1 out of 3 times. I'm actually going to end this now. Go ahead and claim that little bit of experience, and then I'll back it off, and then I'll level them up, and we'll see how we do with the adventurers or the heroes at the current level. But that's the general idea of what we're talking about when we're looking at progression on free to play. We want to make some pointed and targeted uses of the resources that we have available. In this case, the fodder that we have and the experience potions that we have. Increase our power, see how much further we can get, and then do the same thing again. So, again, my name is Lat the Redeemed. I hope you all had a good time watching this video and found it interesting. If so, click the like button. It always helps us, helps expand our base of other people so that they can also see the content. If you enjoyed it enough that you'd like to see other videos that I've done, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, and YouTube will make sure that you have the opportunity to see future videos that we create. With that said, again, I'm Lat the Redeemed, wishing you a good day, and until next time.